see what this turbo can do. Whoa. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over a 2022 Lexus NX 350 F Sport. First and foremost, though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Large Miller Lexus here in Murray for giving me some time with the NX. Check out the inventory in the description down below. This one is available for sale right now. If you're interested, reach out to them. And then on a side note, I just released my car buying course, so if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to that in the description down below as well. Let's get into the review. So under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.4 liter 4-cylinder that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 22 around town and then 28 on the highway, with power outputs being 275 horsepower and then 317 pound-feet of torque, which means that we are up by 40 horsepower and 59 pound-feet of torque compared to the previous generation NX. Now let's go to the front end of the NX, and this one's finished in cloudburst gray, which looks phenomenal, especially in person. So you guys can see the body lines right here really well with the cloudburst gray. I think that is so cool, and then how it's like just flat there in the center of the hood. Coming down below, we've got the LED accent light that mimics the Lexus logo. You guys can see here with the projector bulb, black accenting down below that holds the fog light. And then you guys will notice here with the Lexus logo there in the center. And notice that the front grill's also been blacked out. And overall, this is just a really good looking vehicle. Coming around the side here, we've got two 35mm tires wrapped around 20-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see the wheels are all blacked out as well. And also got the body painted fender flare, and just together, that looks amazing. We've got the F Sport logo here, and then you can see the mirror is blacked out. And then also the door handle's got the blacked out element there on the top, and then the cloudburst gray there in the center. And then you guys can see the trim around the windows, and then the rails, those are also black. Here's your full side view on the new NX, which actually, if you look at it from like this angle right here, kind of has like a similar profile to a Mazda CX-5. I just noticed that. Kind of interesting. So here's our key fob. If you press the lock button a couple times, hold it down, that'll do the remote start. And we've got the opening for the hatch. Lexus logo there on the back, and the key fob feels very premium. It doesn't have like that plasticky feel you get with a lot of key fobs. Now, popping here into the trunk area, notice we've got the red outlining on the floor mats, F Sport logo, and notice it says NX as well. And then you can see the storage space just underneath here. We have our first aid kit, and yeah, overall storage space is really solid. So this is, you know, same size as Toyota RAV4 if you guys are wondering in terms of the size. And press this and that'll shut it, and then you have the lock function as well if you want to do that. Now let's finish things up here with the rear. So we've got the new light bar here that comes with the NX that looks so cool. Lexus logo right there, and notice got our NX 350 all-wheel drive badge just down below. And then you guys can see here for the diffuser area, and then also notice the silver trim around that. And yeah, that is the rear, which I think the front end looks great, but I think the rear is my favorite part. Now here's the door panel in the back. Notice we got the red stitching and then the black leather, and then we have the red leather with red stitching again. We've got the new trick door handle, so you just push it to open. If for some reason the battery's dead, you can actually pull it twice and that'll also open it, but you don't want to do that on a regular basis, right? That's just in case of emergency. I love the trim up here right next to the speaker. And then you can see the seats here in the rear. Again, combination of the red with the black leather. You've got the red stitching all throughout. I think that looks great. And then popping in, you can see the legroom, and then headroom's great as well. You got the storage space right here, couple of vents, and then this pulls down to be an armrest with a couple of cup holders. And let's head to the front. Now here's the door panel at the front. You guys can see again with the contrast of the black leather and then the red stitching and then the red leather down below. All of our window controls, same trick door handle. Got our mirror adjustments, and then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. F Sport logo. And then here are the front seats. Got F Sport there on the headrest, and then you guys can see the contrast between the black leather and the red leather with all the perforations. Really nice bolstering, so you can see just how soft that is. Power adjustments there on the side. Look how nice the pedals look as well. Got our gas cap release for the hatch. The steering wheel is power adjustable, and there's our look before we pop in. Now here is the steering wheel in the NX. You've got really nice soft touch leather at the top and at the bottom with our F Sport logo. Red stitching, perforated leather here on the side, paddle shifters for that 8-speed automatic transmission, controls for the center stack, volume controls, pages button for the center stack, cruise control. It does have follow function and all that fun stuff. We have our windshield wiper stock, we have our turn signal stock, and also the steering wheel grips on the back are really nice, and there you go. So here is the center gauge cluster. It's a screen. I think it looks really cool in terms of the animation, font, all that fun stuff. I think Lexus just did a great job overall. Now, we've got some different drive modes. We have our Eco mode, Normal, Custom, and then we have Sport, which makes it red and aggressive, and then we have Sport Plus, and it kind of gives it like a little race car gauge cluster, which is pretty cool if you ask me, but there's a center. Now, sorry about the glare, it's just the time of day, but we have the new infotainment system, and you guys have probably seen this in my other reviews with Toyota models and some new Lexuses as well. First off, response time with the screen is fantastic. This is the best responding screen ever, and actually, let's go from like this angle. I think you guys will be able to see it a little bit better. You can see like the safety tech right there, and then notice how there's like a shortcut button to the heated seats, for example, to turn that on or off. I think that's pretty cool. We got the heated steering wheel as wheel instead of as well. Punishing you guys, get it? Punishing. Anyways, got the backup camera here with the trajectory lines, and resolution on the camera is actually really good. And overall, the infotainment system is easy to use, and I like how they've got the shortcut buttons. Response time's great, so Lexus has just nailed it with this new screen. So we've got our charging area here. We've got some USBs, all that fun stuff, and then it's like a tiny little storage pocket, and then you can press this to open or close it, so pretty cool. Extra storage space, as you can see down there. Got a drive mode select. Shifter for the 8-speed automatic. It is a tiny little shifter. It's pretty easy to use though. So over and down for drive, and then over and up for reverse, for example, and then just P for park. So it's pretty easy to use. Couple cup holders. Got our auto hold right here, stability control, and then you've got this little button with some trees right here. And this is kind of like your off-roading mode, basically. So you can see that whole setup. And then I got our auto stop start, hill descent control, and then opening up the center console. You can see storage space, really good. And then notice all the leather and stitching on that. And then opening this up, you guys can see nicely lined with felt. And then the dash is soft touch, if you guys are wondering. And then finishing things up here at the top, we got a sunroof, which is nice, all black headliner. And let's check out the window sticker. So here is our window sticker, and you guys can see again 2022, and then feel free to freeze frame if you can read all of the standard equipment. Got a couple options on this particular one, but the F Sport package comes pretty fully loaded as standard. And then you guys can see the total price here, $50,135. And wait for it. Let's take it out and see how she drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. There's visibility over the hood, and you guys can now see the heads-up display, hopefully. Both the mirrors, which do have blind spot monitoring, and then throughout the rest of the rear, and let's set off. So, setting off here in the Lexus NX 350 F Sport. I am so excited to drive this vehicle. I have been waiting for months and months. And then I saw it at the Chicago Auto Show, and then I was like, I really need to drive this. Because again, you got the 8-speed automatic transmission now, and we've got this 2.4 liter turbocharged engine. And so it should change quite a bit with the NX. First off, from a ride quality perspective, super smooth, just like other Lexus models. And even though this is not a very large SUV, it still has that luxury feel to it. So they've nailed it from a ride quality perspective. The 8-speed automatic, I can tell already, really smooth. And also there's tons of torque with this turbo engine. Like, I don't have to get into the throttle all that much for around town driving. It just gets up and it moves at a very, very solid pace. And so, so far, this thing is great, actually. Now, going over those little, let's go over another manhole cover here. Yeah, solid with the suspension. Got to slow down here because we got our school zone we're going through. And yeah, it seems like the transmission's really good. It's just good at keeping it in the right gear. So we're about to go over the good old famous train tracks and see how the suspension handles that. Definitely solid. Let's see what this turbo can do. Whoa. This is a Lexus? No way. And you get like a little turbo whistle too? No way. Lexus can, no way. I don't even know what to say. Wow. This is like a completely different vehicle. Completely different. Now you guys have known, I've already driven the new NX in hybrid format. And that felt, you know, different than the previous hybrid. But it, you know, still felt relatively the same. This though, this is actually fun to drive. Like, Lexus is, you know, they've shown us that they can build a very reliable luxury vehicle that, you know, does all the luxury car stuff. And they make their vehicles look really cool and have that sporty appearance. But this actually drives sporty too. I am so, like, this is a big shock to me. Like, I knew coming into this would be different, but I didn't think it would be this different. So yeah, let's sum things up here with the NX. First off, exterior wise, I love the new styling. I think it's such a good looking vehicle. Interior, same thing. Lexus just knows how to build good looking cars from an interior and exterior perspective. And then from a driving perspective, it actually sounds pretty good for a 4-cylinder too. This thing is fun to drive. This steering feels good. It's got like a, it's responsive, and it also has like a tightness to it as well. And then that turbocharged engine, and this person should not be crossing. You don't have a, people. The turbocharged engine as well, just super responsive. And so I think that Lexus has nailed it. They've nailed it with everything. Sir, you do not have a walk. Tisk tisk. Yeah, I'm super impressed. This is just phenomenal. If you own an NX, time to upgrade. That's all I gotta say. Now that's gonna sum things up for our video on this 2022 Lexus NX F Sport, well, 350 F Sport. Anyways, long name. Huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Schmiller Lexus here in Murray. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see you guys.